We just finished discussing the four fables that we read yesterday from Aesop's Fables that you read in your small groups. And now we are going to spend the rest of the class peer reviewing the essays that you wrote from the perspective of one of the main characters from the story that you read yesterday. So you are going to peer review each other's essays. And what that means is that you will review each other's essays and add suggestions and constructive criticism. So you are going to peer review 3 of your classmates' essays using the mind maps that you made on the Simple Minds application on your phones to help you. So while reviewing your peers' essays, you will focus on 3 topics. So clarity, grammar, and creativity. So clarity is if the story makes sense. Do you understand who the story is about and what the moral of the story is, or the life lesson? Grammar is a good chance for you to review your different grammar tenses and help your classmates improve. I want you to also focus on active and passive voice while looking at these essays, because that has been the main topic of our grammar lessons these last few class periods. And creativity is going to be your chance to give compliments to your classmates on how creative they are, and also add some suggestions about how they can make their essay more unique. So while focusing on these 3 topics, you can add your suggestions in the Simple Minds app. So you will have the mind map that your classmate made, and you know that we made it into different categories. So the main part of the mind map is the title of your story, and then it goes off into the subtopics, such as thoughts, feelings, grammar. So wherever your suggestion makes the most sense, you can add it into the subcategory. For example, if you are adding a suggestion about creativity, about using different words to express the character's reactions, you could add the revision thoughts and feelings. Okay, so we're going to practice this together before you get started. You all have, you all have in front of you a short paragraph written from the perspective of the ox in Aesop's fable, The Frog and the Ox. So let's read it together, and then we can provide some peer review to practice. Okay, sometimes it's hard being this big. I swear being an ox isn't all it's cracked up to be. I wish I could be small and just fit in like those mice or those frogs over there. Speaking of them, why are they all staring at me? Ugh, oh well. It's impossible to just be normal when you're as big as I am. Maybe if I squat down, that will help. Ah, yes, I can hide in the grass this way. Perfect. I'm going to need to get up eventually. Oh, I don't know. It's hopeless. What was that noise? Okay, so take a moment to read through it and add at least one revision of clarity, grammar, and a suggestion on creativity. All right, so first, what is one revision that we can make on clarity? Okay, good. Speaking of them, why are they all staring at me? So we don't know if they're talking about the frogs or the mice, right? So we should say, speaking of those frogs, or speaking of the mice, whoever we are referring to. Or maybe both of them. Speaking of the mice and frogs, in this case, we're talking about the frogs. Okay, what about grammar? Yeah, that's a simple one, right? Your shouldn't be Y-O-U-R. It should be Y-O-U apostrophe R-E, short for you are. When you are. All right, and what about a suggestion on creativity? This is your chance to be a little creative yourself. Okay, good. At the very end, when we say, what was that noise? It might be fun to add in a creative word like pop or splat that actually shows what the noise is, right? It actually exemplifies it. Okay, good. So take some time to read through this and see if there's any other things that you would like to add. And it gives you a good chance to practice peer review. Okay, So now that we've practiced our peer review and talked about what we expect from peer reviewing your essays, we are going to get started peer reviewing. So you are going to be graded on your final essay based on those 3 topics out of 12 points. So clarity, grammar, and creativity. Clarity will be worth 2 points, grammar will be worth 2 points, and creativity will be worth 2 points. So that's 6 points. The rest of your points will come from your peer review. So you are going to peer review 3 of your classmates' essays for 2 points each on how well you can give them suggestions and constructive criticism. And also be sure to give each other compliments as well on things you really like in the essay. Okay, so it is time to get started. You will have 10 minutes to peer review each essay, so 30 minutes in total. At the end of 30 minutes, we will you will have a chance to look at your revisions from your peers, and then you will start writing your final draft, which you can finish for homework and will be due at the beginning of next class period. If you have any questions while you are peer reviewing, please let me know. And this is your chance to practice your skills of maybe your teaching skills and your peer review skills. And if you have any problems, just let me know.